have stopped in the morning. So what was the things we were seeing in the during your morning class? Can you tell me? What would be, yeah. Before teeth we saw something, right? What was that? Yes. What were the things present in now mouth? What are the things which present in mouth? What is mouth also called as? Mouth also called, yeah, buccal cavity. So that's the main thing you are supposed to tell. What are the things which we saw in buccal cavity? Can you tell me? What are the things which we saw in buccal cavity? So what exactly the role of salivary glands? What salivary glands, how they play an important role in mouth in digestion process? What they do, the salivary glands? Okay. Then okay, starch. Break down the food. Very good, Pritika. That's the right. So they'll be break down. Okay, they'll be breaking down the food. Okay, yeah. All right. So what are the things plays a vital role? Jaw, teeth, tongue. They play a very vital role. Okay. And what are the things which we saw in teeth? So what are the exact things which we saw in teeth? Yeah. Enamel. Okay. After enamel. Yeah, permanent and temporary. Okay. Gums. Good. Very good. Chew, break, and cut. Very good. That is the function. Very good. Main thing which we left, right? Main one thing we just left. Page number 24. They have separate what? Where this teeth gets fixed. No, okay. Gums, okay. Okay, jaw, gum and all, okay. They have area called as socket, okay. Socket plays a, yes, very good side. Socket, that's the word, correct word, okay. Socket, in that socket only the tooth gets fixed, and that socket is present in the jaw, I mean in the enamel, okay. Gums, okay. Good. So you had permanent teeth and temporary teeth. So permanent teeth, 32 is permanent teeth. Number 32 will be having permanent teeth and milk teeth. Yes, permanent. Temporary teeth, you also call it as milk teeth. So at the age of 4 months to 6 months, you'll be getting your milk teeth, and it will be just losing your milk teeth at the age from 6 till 10. Okay, 10 years. You want to know the answers for 24th checkpoint? Okay, first and second is true. First and second is true. Third one is false. Fourth one is true. And fifth one is false. So 1, 2, and 4 is true. 3 and 5 will be false. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Naufal. Okay, so we'll just start with wherever you have stopped, okay? Okay, done. So we talked about permanent teeth and temporary teeth. So in permanent teeth, it's 32 in number. Okay, 32 permanent teeth will be present. So each 16. That is above the upper jaw, you have 16, and in lower jaw, you'll be having 16. Okay, so that's the main thing. And the other one, generally they fall off because of accidental. The permanent teeth, they usually don't fall. Okay, they usually don't fall at all. They don't usually fall, and they'll be like for lifetime you'll be having this type of teeth only, and like, unless if you face any accident or if you face any breakage. Okay, so because of that only you will be having some kind of infection, maybe what the bacterial infection in the tooth. Okay, so tooth decay will be taking place, right? So because of that only you'll be losing your permanent teeth. So what are the areas which you present is incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. Okay, so these thing is, so in this area you call it as incisors. This one is called as incisors. Okay, so you have incisors, and that is totally 4 4 incisors will be present. So up you have 4, down you have 4 incisors. Canines is next to incisors you have canines, and premolars, molars. So last area you will be having the molars. So let's just check it out. How much incisors is present, how many molars, premolars, and all those things are present. Yes. So incisors is totally 8. Okay, incisors is totally 8. So incisors is 8, both in the permanent teeth as well as in the temporary. And when you take about canines again, it's 4 in permanent teeth, also in temporary teeth. Then premolars, it's totally again 8 in temporary and 8 in permanent. And molars, you when you are milk teeth, you don't have molars, which is 0, and in temporary you'll be permanent, you'll be having 12. So totally, if you count, it will be coming under 32 and 20. Okay, so 8 plus 8 is 16, 16 plus 4 is 20. Again, 8 plus 8 is 16, 16 plus 4 is 20, 20 plus 10 is 30, 30 plus 2 is 32. So 32 things are present. Now we'll talk about the functions of each thing. So functions of incisors, functions of canines, and functions of molars and premolars, all about. So how these incisors are present? So incisors are flat. Okay, first thing is flat. Also they are in chisel shape. So shape of thing is chisel. Okay, so it's chisel shape and are used for, mainly used for biting and cutting the food. Okay, so this is the main function of incisors, biting. So during the front teeth only you will be used for biting. Okay, so biting and grinding the food. Next comes the canine. So canines is they are sharp. Okay, canines are sharp and pointed. So maybe they are used for piercing and tearing the food. So while you are eating some non-veg, okay, so they are used for that. Pointed, so used for, what are the uses? Used for piercing. So piercing is nothing but deep into the food. Okay, so food it will be going. So that's what. And tearing the food. Okay, so the main thing is canine function is this. And premolars. Premolars again, they cut and grind the food. And lastly, molars. Molars is crushing and grinding only. But we don't use molars that much. Okay, except for 4 or 5 molars, we won't be using the other areas. But totally, these are the functions of the premolars and molars. Okay. You have only 3 incisors. So probably like probably everyone will be having 4. Sometimes due to some kind of teeth problems, maybe because of that. But usually everyone have 4 incisors on the upper side, 4 on the down. Totally 8 will be present. Okay. All right, so these are the things. So incisors is flat, chisel, and it's used for biting. Well, canine is sharp and pointed. So pointed, you can see the canine area. It will be pointed, and the premolars are used for cutting. And usually we are using premolars only for cutting and grinding the food. On some cases, you will be using the molars. Probably when you go, when you are young enough, okay, so you are in your grade 7, probably when you attain the grade 12, okay, 12, after that when you go to college, only the molars will start to develop more. Okay, so these are some of the premolars and molars. So the functions of the canine teeth, this is 4. Okay, one, you have 4 types of teeth. So one is incisors, one is canine, premolars and molars. So you call this as heterodont teeth. Okay, so what is the word used for 4 types of teeth is hetero. Okay, heterodont teeth, like more than 3 types of teeth is present in your body. So it's called as heterodont teeth. Okay, so these are the functions of teeth. Yeah, that's what I'm telling now. After you're becoming big enough, you will be getting your molars. Okay, so sometimes molars it grows only at, I'm old enough, but still I don't have two molars at the bottom. Okay, the last which has to grow, it still didn't get. So I'll be getting it maybe at the age when I become matured, and again when I become old enough, I'll be getting this two teeth. First thing is, when you want to get molar, something you have to see is you should have space in your mouth so that you'll be getting molars. Otherwise, molars will not come outside that much. Okay, so it's no issues. Like if you have teeth, enough amount of teeth, that's enough. No problem of that. Any doubts in this teeth? You can touch your canine teeth. So canine is here, right? This one, it's sharp in area. So can anyone tell how many teeth you're having? Can you just measure? Can you just count and tell? 4. You have 4 incisors. Okay, 28. Okay. All right. 29. Okay. Some may have 28. Some may have 29. Okay. Some may also have 28. Okay, good. That's of no issues at all. Okay, that's grown enough. Okay, so it's of no problem. All right. So I hope you will be. Some may have 24 also, no problem. Yes, that's what, because it's a permanent teeth, so that grandfather's teeth cannot be grown again. Okay, the permanent teeth, it may be coming out because he is old enough. Maybe he's like more than 70 or 80. So because of that, teeth will be coming outside because of lack of nutrition. They don't have enough amount of calcium, or they may get hit somewhere else or problem. Okay, so because of that only they'll be losing their teeth, and no issues of that also. So maybe artificial teeth can be implanted or something like that can be done. Okay. Yes. All right. So we'll move on to the next topic. So your next is about tongue. So next thing which we are going to discuss is, okay, you had 5 canines. Okay. They are that thing. I've seen my friend also have. They used to tell it is like Singapore or something like that. Yeah. Okay, that will go. His teeth is like milk teeth would have fallen, so he'll be growing his teeth. So no problem in that. Okay, now we'll talk about the next topic. So your next topic will be about tongue. Okay, so tongue only. We'll be talking about tongue. So tongue is a very important one, especially for speaking. Tongue plays a vital role, right? Without tongue, what happens? You cannot talk itself. So tongue plays a vital role. So one of the major use of tongue, or major thing of tongue is, this tongue actually was strongest muscle in the body. It's actually a muscle. It don't have any kind of bones. Okay, they don't have any kind of bones. It's strongest muscle in your body. The strongest muscle is tongue. Okay, it can be moved in all directions. So next thing is, it can be moved in all directions, and as only a part of it's fixed to its lower jaw. Only lower jaw part of it fixed. You can find the tongue. Okay, like you'll be having one kind of thing which is attaching to the tongue. So if this is the tongue, you can find this thing is attached to the tongue, lower jaw. So that thing has to be strong enough, so that that only plays a vital role in fixing up of the tongue. Okay, that only one area can be fixed, and it is fixed to the lower jaw, fixed to not the upper jaw, but it is fixed to the lower jaw. Okay, and there are some kinds of functions of tongue. So we'll just talk about the function. So first is used for ingestion. Okay, so they can be used for ingestion, that is taking place inside the mouth, and also for used for chewing also. Next from is, they form a bolus. Okay, so they form bolus. What is bolus? So bolus is nothing but they form a ball kind of substances to swallow inside. Okay, so that's called as bolus. So that is called as bolus. Like when you eat, it's like you form a round thing, then only you'll be swallowing it enough. The chewed food. So that's called as bolus. And the third one is they have taste buds. Okay, they can vary the taste from each other, whether it is sweet or it is sour or it is bitter and whether it is salty. Okay, so these are the functions of the tongue. So first one is ingestion and chewing. First thing is ingestion and chewing. So they play a vital role. Second one, they form the bolus. So the second one is bolus formation. So ball kind of thing will be formed while chewing the food, and the swallowing will be done accordingly. And third one is taste buds. That is sweet, sour, bitter, and salty. So these are the taste present, and these taste buds is also present in the tongue, so they can be able to distinguish whether one kind of food substance is whether it is sweet or whether it is sour or whether it is bitter or whether it is salty. So that is the major role that could to be played in the taste in the tongue. Okay, so these are the some kind of can be present in the tongue. You having any doubts? Okay, any doubts? I want answer from everyone. All right. Okay, moving on to the next topic. So next is esophagus. Wait a minute, let me just post a picture. So next thing is esophagus, which ingests the food. Okay, from the mouth. What happens is from the mouth, substance will be going inside. So that there is a long tube-like thing. So that's called as esophagus. So this area will be called as esophagus, and so that connects, it acts as a connection between the mouth and the stomach. They play a vital role in connection between the mouth and to the stomach. So this esophagus, it's also called as food pipe. It is also called as food pipe. Okay. So what mainly esophagus do is esophagus connects the mouth with the stomach, and the next major thing which is taking place is that esophagus, you also call it as food pipe. It is actually long tube like structure, and it's the size. Okay, esophagus, how long it is it is 30 centimeter long. The centimeter is 30 centimeter, one big scale. Okay, that size only they'll be having the that long the esophagus is present. Okay, so from the mouth, what happens, the food is pushed towards the stomach. Okay, so that is called, they'll be having a wave like movement. So there will be a wave like movement, and you call that wave like movement as peristaltic waves. Okay, so it's called as peristalsis. Peristalsis. Okay, peristalsis or peristaltic waves. So there will be some kind of movement. So once you are engulfing the particular food, okay, so once you are engulfing the particular food, what happens in this area when you are engulfing, it just goes down in a wave manner, in this wave manner. So what happens while that movement, okay, that movement you call it as peristaltic movement. So it will, this movement, how this movement will be present. Okay, so this movement will be in a wave like manner. Also rhythmic. So everything will be in a same rhythm. So rhythmic manner and also muscular manner. So how this is rhythmic movement, wave-like manner, rhythmic movement, also muscular movement. Kindly. Okay, so this esophagus plays a vital role. How they play a vital role is they will be acting as a connection between the mouth and the stomach. So the size, okay, the length of the esophagus is 30 centimeter long. So this esophagus is also called as food pipe. Okay, so it called as food pipe. So when they are engulfing the swallowing food, that is a wave-like manner is seen, and that wave-like manner you call it as peristalsis or peristaltic wave. So how this wave is done? The wave is in wave-like manner, rhythmic manner, and muscular. Okay, so that in this area, it just comes down. It comes down in a wave-like, in a synchronizing manner, so that the food substances is directed correctly into the stomach. Why it is? Because sometimes when you eat and all, what happened? They used to tell for a like that. They'll tell, right, when you're talking and eating, what happens? There is an area in your mouth called as epiglottis and glottis. Okay, so actually, what plays a vital role in the epiglottis and glottis, like, is it is actually a connection between a trachea is like for respiration, right? Respiration movement, and the esophagus will be present. Pharynx region and the larynx region, trachea and the esophagus. And this area, what happens, it just opens and closes. So only one movement can be done, either the air which is needed for talking or the food which is needed for chewing. Okay, so when this opens and closes, when it is opening and closing in the wrong direction only, you're getting that cough during eating and all. So it's because of that only. So while you're eating, you're not even supposed to talk properly. You're not supposed to talk. Okay, so that may harm your body and leads to continuous cough also. So this is called as esophagus. Are you clear, ma? Esophagus, yeah. Esophagus is also called as food pipe. You can ask ma'am tomorrow. Okay, not to me. All right, we'll move on to the next topic. Okay, so the next topic will be stomach. So the next topic is going to be stomach. I'll just give you the gist of stomach. We'll just see detail probably in the next class. So stomach, it is, again, it's a bag-like thing. So after esophagus comes the stomach. So my stomach is a bag-like thing. So it is widest part of the alimentary canal. Stomach plays a vital role in the digestion. So because of that, it is what it becoming. It becomes as the wide area. Okay, so they are becoming as a wide area. And one of the top so this area, stomach is like this. Okay, so two connections will be there, like this. So it goes like this, where the stomach is present. So in between, it is present in between the small intestine. So it is getting connected with the small intestine. Okay, and the other one is getting connected with the esophagus. So from the esophagus to the stomach through the intestine area. So two connections is done in that particular stomach. So one will be connected with the esophagus at the above, and at the lower area will be connected with the small intestine. Okay, so both the openings, okay. That's what I told you. Valve, they have mentioned the valve, right? That valve is called as epiglottis and glottis, connected, are guarded by valve. Which one, when food reaches them, and closes when the food passes through. So again, this glottis and epiglottis will be present in the mouth region. Again, you have some kind of valve in the stomach also. So here two valves will be present. So when the food is coming, the small intestine valve will be closed. So this valve will be open and the process will be done. After, for excretion only, this valve will be opening and this valve will be closed. So there are two valves which is present. So partly digested food, like from the partly digested food will be coming through the food pipe or the esophagus and goes to the stomach. So what are the internal functions of the stomach? So there are two major internal functions of the stomach. We'll just see. So the stomach, okay, the stomach actually has one lining. Okay, so that lining, you call that particular lining as mucus lining. Okay, so that lining you call it as mucus lining, and there will be acid secretion called as hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid or HCl acid will also be coming outside. So why this HCl acid is present? To kill the microorganisms. What are microorganisms? Microorganisms include bacteria, fungi, all those things will be present. Okay, so that's called microorganisms. So this HCl, what happens is this helps in the killing of the microorganism, as it is an acid. Okay, HCl is an acid. Okay, so because of that, and gastric juices will also be present. They are formed in the form of enzymes. So there are three main gastric juices. So one will be coming from the liver, another one will be coming from gallbladder, and the other one will be coming from the pancreas. Okay, so pancreatic juice, liver also, that they call it you call it as juice of liver, and you call it gallbladder as bile juice. Okay, so these three juices will also accompany or also accompany with the HCl, and the digestion process will be taking place. So what are the enzymes? Where are the enzymes are secreted? One enzyme is secreted from the pancreas, another enzyme is secreted from the gallbladder, and lastly another enzyme is secreted in the liver. Okay, so these three area secretes the enzymes to the stomach, and the digestion will be taking place. So digestion of the food takes place once in 4 hours. So once in 4 hours, if you are eating at 12, at 4 o'clock your digestion gets finished. If you are eating at 1, at 5 o'clock. Okay, so that digestion will take once in 4 hours only, and semi-digested food will be called as chyme. Okay, so these kinds of chyme, okay, semi-digested food which is not digested properly, so that will be leading to the small intestine. What actually the chyme is all about is because chyme cannot be broken down. Okay, chyme, they cannot be broken down with the help of enzymes. So what happens? So that they become as undigested particle. Okay, so automatically they'll be coming out to the excreta. So that chyme will be moved on, and it will be coming out to the excretory area. So this is what the stomach's thing is all about. Okay, I'll teach you in the next class. Till now, you are having any doubts, you can ask me now. No need to draw the picture for exam and all. But you're supposed to note down the area. So from where and where it starts, you are supposed to know it. Okay, you should not confuse yourself. That's the only thing you're supposed to note it down. So stomach, I'll just take again in the next class. Once again, I'll just take. Liver is an organ. Liver is an organ. Okay, are you having any doubts? If you're having any doubts, you can shoot it down. All right, go through your whatever I have taught you. Please do go through. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Yes, if you are cutting the liver, it has regenerating capacity. Of course, it will grow. Liver alone in your body, it will regrow. But small area has to be left. Then only it will grow. Okay. Thank you all.